Namaste, friends. This is Elle with Sacred Union Tarot, and I welcome you and your energy to this channel. So if you are new, welcome, welcome. If you are returning, thank you so much for your support. Thank you for all the likes, the comments, on all the zodiac readings. I appreciate your energy. It really helps to gain momentum in getting these messages out to others that need to hear them. Just going to do a little shuffling during the intro to kind of tap into the energies. And so this is April the 28th, 2022, and I'm just going to bring whatever message needs to come through. I'm not going to do a specific format. I'm just going to let the divine spirit guide the message and see what comes through. But I did want to mention, we've had some pretty magical things happen on this channel during readings. This card is going to stay down. 7 of Clubs. We've had some really magical things that have happened on camera on this channel, but I think I've mentioned before that my animal spirit guide is a hawk, and had some really magical things happen with hawks as well. So yesterday morning, my husband, which is my soulmate, remember I'm a twin flame married to a soulmate in a long-term 28-year marriage, went out, and I have 2 crepe myrtle trees right in front of my cottage. And in the crepe myrtle tree, right out in front, literally just steps out front of my front door, I was gifted this beautiful feather from a hawk. And magical. Just absolutely. Even he was like, he found it and he brought it in and said, I think someone left this for you. And I said, well, where did you find it? And he said it was right out in front of the house. And remember, not too long ago, there was a white feather that was literally left right in front of my doorstep. So let's check out the 7 of Clubs before we get started and see what that is. This is the Illuminated Tarot, and that is vigilance, a struggle to stay ahead. So that might be part of what this reading is about. Be vigilant, and if you're struggling to stay ahead, try to take some time to kind of square things up before this new moon solar eclipse in Taurus. So let's get started. I'm finished with the pre-shuffle. I'm going to pull from the Rumi deck to set the framework for this reading, and then we'll go from there. This card's going to stay down. I'll put it there, and let's see what Spirit brings with a message for you. Okay, we have quite a few, and I usually don't like to take this many from the Rumi, but Beyond Death, Life, number 1 card. This is a new cycle. Beyond Death, Life. So this is transformation. This is the new level, the Ascension. Resplendent with Grace, one of my absolute favorite cards. This is a 24 card, which is a 6. Surrendering to this journey. And then Sacred Phoenix Heart, a 21 card. So what I'm going to do is just pull a couple of sentences from each one. I'm not going to read everything, and I'm not going to read the poem by Rumi for each one unless it's really short. Beyond Death, Life. Footprints lead to the shore of the sea. Beyond that point, no trace remains. Okay, so basically, you must be willing to face death or transformation. It may be that death has come to you in the form of a beloved one, a physical loss that takes you into the darkest despair or depths of your grieving heart. It may be death that comes to you in the ending of a financial or professional situation you once relied upon. It could also be the sense that you really don't know who you are anymore. Old identities, having shown themselves to be inadequate, inaccurate, mere ego masks, too small for the great being that you are starting to suspect that you may be. So this is the death of the old energy. It's the death of the old self because you're shedding that. Okay, so let's look at 24. Resplendent with grace. Okay, let's see. It matters not to grace whether you see or do not see, for grace simply is, without witnessing being required. You may live rather differently, my beloved. You should realize that you are not only worthy of grace, but actually dripping with it, saturated with divine presence, so rich it leaks out of you and causes sunlight to pool at your holy feet. So this is now stepping into your divine being energy and really transforming, now that we have cleared out all of those old cycle things that we've been working on since October. And this is the call to step into that as you are moving into this new energy, this new cycle, starting with this solar eclipse, new moon in Taurus. Sacred Phoenix Heart. Under the cover of blood, love veils many rose gardens. In total faith, love tenderly guides every lover into the garden of the heart. And this is the transition from really being focused on our material abundance to joy as abundance, and being heart-centered in our belief system. Reason says the world is limited in 6 directions. There is no way out. Love says there is a way, and I have traveled it many times. So let life come to you. Be prepared to let the old version of yourself pass away into the new life now being born. Oh, okay. It says it means letting go of striving, your opinions, your doubts, your despair, your fears. Life wants to happen through you, blazing angel. You don't have to do much other than get out of your own way. Love is your nature. Let it flourish, and life shall unfold accordingly. So this is beautiful energy of what we've been talking about now with this shift, shifting out of the old materialistic energy into heart-centered. It's a heart-centered decision matrix. Okay, so I'm going to pull from the Lover's Oracle. When you pass from this world, you take nothing with you but your soul and the memories you shared with those you love. So this is definitely a message too, that there may be two messages. You may be experiencing the loss of a loved one soon, and I'm sorry, but because death has come up in this transformation, but also in a physical loss. But also this is shifting from the awareness of your physical being driving your destiny to your soul being driving your destiny. So I'm just gonna, and this is the heart being the angelic part of you. Let's pull one more. Criticizing one another will only lead to further unhappiness. Love and accept each other as you are, and your relationship will magically transform. So if this is about a relationship for you, we need to get into heart-centered relationship, gratitude, acceptance, understanding, and surrendering to our journey with this person in the soul lesson that they're here to teach us or support us in. So I'll pull from the Muse Tarot, which is Divine Feminine Energy, and this could be a transformation to masculine. I'll pull for masculine energy, which feels like there's some work that needs to be required in this relationship. But this card stayed on the table, Ace of Emotions. Okay, here we go. Here's this new energy, new loving energy, heart chakra centered, valuing people's soul journey, the transition to valuing other people's soul focus. Okay, so let's see what comes through. When you pass from this world, you take nothing with you but your soul and the memories you have shared with those you love. or those who have taught you lessons as well, and maybe need to be loving in that. Okay, so this is the Seven of Voices that comes out in the challenged position. So this is maybe somebody being, that's a Seven of Swords energy, and there may be some intimidation about crossing this bridge to this lighter energy. There might be a little bit of fear. There's some fear with that Seven of Swords. The fear of the shift and what it might bring for you. Could also be the fear of losing a loved one. Two of Pentacles. That is struggling and juggling. So, Eight of Materials. Eight of Pentacles. A lot of focus on the Pentacles. To me, that's the Ten of Pentacles together, side by side, which means we need to end that cycle of struggling. And there's the Tower. That would be exactly what I was just saying. We need to end the cycle of struggling with the balance between focusing on our human experience here to focusing on our soul's experience here. Bottom of the deck, Page of Inspiration. Okay, so possibly this to me is ensuring that the actions that you're taking, these initial actions, are aligned with your spiritual path and your spiritual understanding, and less about clinging to the material. Okay, so let's pull from, I just saw the Devil. Criticizing one another will only lead to further unhappiness. Love and accept each other as you are, and your relationship will magically transform. So if you're struggling and you need this Ace of Cups, the Divine Feminine energy is really kind of struggling with this physical existence and focusing on the physical manifestation of what they want instead of the spiritual. And that's the epiphany that happens here. And releasing that fear, releasing that. Okay, so here we have the Ace of Swords in the challenge position. The Ace of Swords to me is new clarity, a new beginning, and with clarity. Seeing things differently, understanding things differently, thinking about things differently. Eight of Cups, yeah. This is this relationship that you have with this other person is about your spiritual relationship, and that's something that you each have to embrace in order for this new emotional, this is the emotional transformation from being critical of one another's faults to embracing unconditional love for their gifts, and also accepting their faults. That's just part of being human and part of their soul's journey. We all have faults. I know I do. Five of Swords. Yeah, and with the Ace of Swords and the Five of Swords, that's like Six of Swords. In order to move forward into a more calm and peaceful understanding, you're going to have to kind of quit sabotaging the energy, the spiritual energy of the connection, because you're, yeah, see, there's the Two of Cups right there. This critical, it's sabotaging both yourself and the other person by being focused on the critical. You really want the Ten of Cups, which is the Eight of Cups and the Two of Cups, but this is what's standing in your way. If you want the Six of Swords moving on into more calm energy of this relationship and toward the Ten of Cups, you're going to have to remove yourself from, you're going to have to shift your perspective from the, it almost feels like hangman energy, from being critical to being grateful. Look at that. The Tower. We have the Tower and the Tower. This is the shift. in this new energy that we're moving into. All right, let's take from the Sacred Traveler. Voyage of the heart. Love flows through you and to you, just like the Oracle card said. That's the only one I'm going to pick from there. All right, let's pull from the Wild Unknown Tarot. Voyage of the heart. This is definitely this transitioning from this 3D based. See, we have 10 of Pentacles here with the 2 and the 8. We have the 8 and the 2 here. So very different energy, or very similar energies. This more into the emotional energy, this into the more physical manifestation energy. And it feels like this has to make a shift. There's no alignment here. It could be the Divine Masculine and is now ready to open and transition into this 10 of Cups energy, whereas the Divine Feminine is afraid to let go of the 3D manifestation. So this is more spiritual and emotional, shifting into the spiritual and emotional, whereas this energy is, and take it as it resonates, you can flip it however, but this is about, and both of these cycles are ending with the Towers. There's this huge epiphany of, you know, getting into this grace energy and knowing that this is transforming this connection, this divine relationship, but you can't be afraid to let go. We have 2 aces here. This this new energy is focusing on the spiritual aspects of this connection as opposed to what's manifesting in the 3D. And that's the balance between the masculine and feminine energy in both of you. Okay. That's this voyage of the heart. Love flows through you and to you. Okay, there is the 10 of Pentacles. Hello. Okay, this one wanted to come out. The Empress. And the 8 of Cups again. Yeah, and that feels like this is all this energy. This is the Divine Feminine energy. The 8 of Cups down here is, these cups are all shattered. It feels like there's been some sort of possibly a loss that has shattered the security, stability of the Divine Feminine. And here we have the Page of Pentacles in the reverse. That may be the loss. Ah, the Devil. Saw that in this deck when I was shuffling, and the 4 of Swords. So these are all on the voyage of the heart. It feels like the Divine Feminine really kind of had a really big setback, and that's why this fear. It may be they lost a connection. They lost somebody, and then that really disrupted their material stability. And that's what has kind of kept them from moving into this shift. And it feels like with this energy, it almost feels like the Divine Masculine energy was feeling a lot of pressure or uncomfortable energy. And what's interesting is here, the devil has the pentacle on his mind. But here, this is the ram, this little lamb is enlightened. And has, okay, so it feels like absolutely the divine masculine energy in this connection is really understanding that this is about love. And this understanding is coming with this Ace of Swords, turning this into the Six of Swords, which would then move this into a more peaceful connection. Yeah, there's the Nine of Wands. I just heard brittle steps. There's some brittle steps here in the ascension path. So this has been kind of a energetic mismatch between the setback that this feminine had and then this divine masculine who has moved into this deeper understanding, this clarity. Because then we have the Five of Swords with the One of Swords, the Ace of Swords being the Six of Swords would be the Ten of Swords here. Ending that cycle. And there be the Ten of Cups. So we had the Ten of Pentacles on this side, the Ten of Cups on this side with the Two of Cups and the Eight of Cups. Underneath, Two of Pentacles. With this transformation, this is balanced energy. Whereas here, it's imbalanced. Here, it's balanced. And underneath that, the Judgment. Oh, this happened the other day. Underneath that, the Temperance. Underneath that, the Hanged Man. Underneath that, holy cow, the Chariot. Underneath that, the Justice. Underneath that, the Wheel of Fortune. Almost came out, the same cards that came out in the Divine Feminine side in a reading we did the other day. All of those major arcanas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Judgment, no, 6. Temperance, Hanged Man, Chariot, Justice. Oh, that's Mother of Wands. Wow, Queen of Wands. Okay, so let's take that back. We have 5 major arcana. With the Two of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands on either side, balanced energy. In that Queen of Wands, somebody being very, I just say forward thinking, but look at the transformation. I just heard spiritual accountability. Okay. It's pretty profound. Okay, so I'm going to take messages from the guides and see what comes out to round out this reading. Journey within. Practice moderation. Lead by example. And like attracts like. And you are here for a reason, because you need to lead by example. And see how these two cards match in their pattern. Practice moderation by leading from example. Don't go off the rails on anything in your life. Just kind of keep everything very balanced with those Two of Pentacles and this Two of Pentacles. This is what will transform everything. But keep your balance between your 3D manifestation and focus on that to your spiritual manifestation. I mean, we do have to live in the 3D world, but there's been a heavy focus on the divine feminine energy trying to manifest the divine counterpart in this, let's see if I can turn that more, in this physical manifestation into this traditional, relationship. And you can go on any twin flame reading and pretty much read the perspective of many here. Like, this is my divine counterpart who's, not coming in to ask me to marry him and live happily ever after. This is a spiritual counterpart, and they are here to connect with you on this journey to transform you. It's a turbulent yet transformative journey. If this is a twin flame journey, soulmate energies are so much easier. They're very much supportive. Twin flame energies are very triggering. So, and remember, I'm a soulmate. I'm in a soulmate marriage with a twin flame connection, and everything is very transparent and above board. So, I have a very interesting energetic life. I'll just tell you that. But if this is your reading, you are transforming, and that is with this new moon solar eclipse in Taurus, shifting from the focus on the tangible material to the more heart-centered. And what really kind of catches my attention out of this reading is the divine masculine energy, which I'm reading on this side, was the one that was really focused and on the tangible, and the feminine was focused on the emotional, the cups energy. In this reading, the divine masculine now, and maybe that's the shift, is the masculine energy within us is now focusing on the spiritual, emotional growth as opposed to the tangible. And that might be what this new moon solar eclipse is bringing in. So I'm going to leave it there. Namaste.